We all know the feeling, that deep, nagging ache of waiting. It settles in when life feels inexplicably stalled, when doors we expected to swing open remain stubbornly shut, when prayers seem to dissolve into silence, and the recognition we crave feels perpetually out of reach. Maybe it's the career progression that hasn't materialized, the relationship you long for that hasn't begun, the healing that seems deferred, or simply the sense that everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck in the same chapter. We look around, compare our timelines, and the internal monologue begins. Why not me? Why not now? Am I doing something wrong? Does anyone even see me waiting here? It's a lonely, frustrating place to be. But what if we dared to ask a different question? What if this pause, this frustrating detour, this season of seeming inactivity isn't just random misfortune or a sign of failure? What if, beyond our limited view, this delay is actually a carefully calibrated, essential part of a larger divine design? Could it be that the sovereign conductor of the universe is orchestrating a symphony far grander than we can perceive? And this period of waiting is a necessary movement within it. Embracing the possibility that God holds sovereign control over life's schedule can radically transform how we experience these delays. Instead of viewing them solely as painful setbacks, we can begin to see them perhaps as crucial periods of preparation, precise positioning, and even necessary ripening for a purpose yet to unfold. A truth powerfully illustrated in the life of Joseph. One of the hardest battles during seasons of delay is against the narrative of decay, the feeling that precious time is being irrevocably wasted. We fear our potential is withering, our prime years are slipping away unused, that we're somehow rotting on the vine while others are harvested for great things. It feels like loss, pure and simple. But God operates on a different calendar, with a perspective that transcends our anxieties. Imagine a master vintner tending his vineyard. He doesn't rush the harvest. He understands the subtle signs, the intricate process required for the grapes to reach their absolute peak of flavor and potential. He knows the precise moment, not too soon, not too late, for optimal results. What might feel like neglect or decay from the vine's perspective is, to the vintner, essential maturation. Could it be the same with us? Consider Joseph, languishing for years in an Egyptian prison, seemingly forgotten after interpreting a dream for a fellow inmate. From his perspective, surely those felt like wasted years, the prime of his life rotting away in obscurity. Yet, in God's perfect, though often mysterious timing, those very years were the crucible forging the character, humility, and wisdom Joseph needed. Had he been released even a day sooner, he might have missed the precise, fleeting window of opportunity, the moment Pharaoh desperately needed a dream interpreter, the very moment that catapulted Joseph into a position to fulfill his God-given destiny and save nations from famine. The delay wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. It wasn't ruin, it was ripening. God knew the difference, and He knew the timing had to be exact. Beyond just the timing of our lives, God often surprises us with the location of His work. We naturally envision our purpose unfolding in comfortable surroundings, among familiar faces, perhaps back in our Canaan, the place we long for, the circumstances we desire. Joseph surely must have dreamt of returning home, of reconciliation, of finding fulfillment back where he belonged. Yet the story takes another counterintuitive turn. God doesn't just work despite difficult circumstances. He often chooses to cultivate His most profound growth and bestow His most unexpected blessings right in the midst of them. Instead of taking Joseph back to his homeland, God gave him the surprising gift of a family, an Egyptian wife, children, right there in Egypt, the very land of his slavery and suffering. This challenges our deeply held assumptions. It forces us to ask, could God be intending to bring forth fruitfulness here, in this situation I didn't choose, this place I desperately want to leave? It's a radical thought, that purpose and blessing might not only be waiting after the hardship, but could actually be discovered within it. While we're praying for deliverance from our Egypt, God might be asking us to be fruitful in it. Of course, acknowledging God's potential purpose in difficult places doesn't magically erase the pain of getting there. The scars of betrayal, injustice, and loss remain. Joseph carried the memories of the pit, the slave caravan, the false accusation. These things don't simply vanish. How then do we navigate the tension between past trauma and present purpose? This leads to a crucial insight embodied in the naming of Joseph's firstborn son. Manasseh, meaning God,